You may have heard it, I don't know. Fuji have released a new X100 VI camera. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get sent it, but I do want to talk about it because there's something to be said about the X100 series overall. We have actually just done a video on it, so if you want to go check it out, come check it out here. But the X100 VI, I think, holds a interesting place in the lineup of their entire series for a few different reasons. And from my experience of shooting the X100 VI just for that short time, I can see why they've added the bits and pieces that they have. So first of all, let's go over the camera, shall we? So the main new things on the camera are, gotta love a little notebook. I've just been watching videos. That's what I do, I just watch videos all day. Anyway, you got a 44 megapixel sensor inside of there. Again, APS-C, they're never going to go full frame because they don't really need to. They've actually carved themselves a really unique place in the market, probably more unique than any of the other manufacturers at the moment. You've also got your IBIS in there as well, so it gives you a little bit more kind of creative option as to what kind of photos you want to be able to take with this camera, especially when you look at street photography and you want to go for a slower shutter speed. A number of the street photo videos that I've been doing recently, I've actually been enjoying bringing down the shutter speed and relying on the IBIS to get a good photo, and now you actually have that capability with this camera. Of course, you've still got the 23mm f2 lens. You've also got that amazing EVF. If anyone is looking to get into the X100 series, it's something you've got to really experience. Having the ability to go from a optical viewfinder, rangefinder viewfinder, to a actual electronic viewfinder, I mean, it's a seamless experience, especially with the newer generation cameras, and it's something which is only going to get better and better. You can actually get a smaller image of what your camera's actually seeing in the optical viewfinder, because it has digital display inside of there. So that's fascinating in and of itself, if I'm honest. Of course, when it comes to the X100 series, one of the biggest things that they get talked about quite a lot is the film simulation, in which Fujifilm has actually put more film simulations in the actual camera. You've got 90 years worth of Fujifilm knowing about color and how to engineer it to get the best possible photos. From their film days to the digital days, I mean, you're gonna get the best quality colors out of it. Unlike any other manufacturer, these guys have specialized in color for longer than pretty much anybody else. The reason why the X100 series is so sought after is because of the JPEGs that you get straight out of camera because of that film simulation. The film simulation basically gives you a very unique to kind of like film camera image style to the photos in which you get. Now, combining that all together with the IBIS, the 44 megapixel sensor, the internal ND, and the amazing Fuji color science, what you really need is a new file format that's kind of between a RAW and a JPEG for you to be able to take better quality photos with a much higher range of color. This is where HEIF comes in, and why a lot of cameras are adopting it at the moment. What it basically gives you is 10-bit color, which gives you 1 billion different color variations inside of your image, as opposed to a JPEG folder, which tends to be 8-bit and only gives you 256 million. Still a big number, but a billion, definitely bigger. This is something that you'll notice in the sky, or where there's a lot of really subtle color differentials between two separate points, and you'll end up seeing a much smoother color kind of shift in between the images. It will also give you a little bit of leeway in post if you did want that, but of course, you're shooting with an X100, so why do you need that? An interesting camera from a video perspective as well. Because of that IBIS, you're going to have stable footage, handheld, and from shooting with it, when I had the two cameras the other day, I did notice a lot of jitters in my footage. It was just literally a video that I smashed together, just to have a little bit of fun with two cameras that were only going to be in for a short amount of time. I did think it would actually benefit from having an IBIS unit, and now it does. The other side of it is that they've actually introduced 6.2K internal on the Fujifilm X100 VI. And for cinematographers, videographers, I mean, it's going to be ideal. One of the videos that made the X100 VI really sought after, I think, not the original one, but one of them, was a video that Matti Haipui did on it, and he used an X100 to film a journey, I think in Snowdonia, and you could see how good a quality footage you can get out of that. And I can see this being adopted by videographers and cinematographers as a camera that you can put in their pocket and just enjoy that shooting experience. One of the channels that I do watch is a channel called GX Ace, a very interesting, very fascinating YouTuber, and he creates reviews unlike anybody else, to be honest with you. And what he said in his video, and I think makes sense for when you're talking about this camera, is that it very much brings you back to the reason why you fell in love with photography. And I genuinely can't wait to actually have a go at it. On a side note, if you're looking for something to watch about the X100 today, Fuji actually released some really great kind of short documentaries called Timeless Value through a number of famous photographers, one of them being a documentary photographer, Sam Abel, and I really enjoyed it, so go watch those. Anyway, most importantly, I want to know your opinion on the X100 VI. Is it overrated? Do you think it's a camera that gets way too much love for what it is? Or do you think it's genuinely one of your favorite cameras and has more soul than a lot of the other manufacturers' cameras at the moment? I'd really love to know your opinion, so make sure you put it down below. If you like this video, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe if you want to see more. And please, Fujifilm, send us an X100. I really want to give it a go.